Hey Campus Georgia, back in the man cave. I don't know where the boss is, but I'm sure she'll pitch up. Been bothering me for food. Cold, snowy, miserable day outside. Had plans to go ice fishing. That's on hold. Maybe tomorrow. And I got me some Camillus. Camillus. You know what I mean. Let's check him out. So what I'm talking about here is these four guys here. They're all Camillus. We got a little one, an almost little one, and two scouts. They're going to need a little bit of work. Most of them, just a good solid cleanup and an ad. The other one, a full cleanup. So, let's have a closer look at him and let's talk about Camillus scouts. Here she is. Had to bribe her with some treats so that she could actually do her job. Ha! It's winter, she sleeps a lot, gets furry, gets miserable. Other than that, she's just fine. Anywho, what I'm talking about is I have, like I said, 4 Camillus knives. Here's the first one, and it's this one here. I gotta say, I really like this knife. See that? Very cool. And basically, you can see here, it's an equal end jack. And on the tank stamp, it actually gives the number, can you see that? Number 41, which was real handy. Here's the actual tank stamp. I'll put it up here for you. Really nice, small, comfortable, well-made 2-blade penknife, equal end jack. And it's the number 41. And unfortunately, if you look, we're missing the badge or the shield, whatever you want to call it. But I went scrounging around. I had been sent a whole bunch of them in a mail call, and I found this one. Now, it's not a Camillus one. It actually says on here, if you look carefully, Teddy Roosevelt. And I have 3 of them, but it's blank on the other side. And having looked this knife up, that's what it is. It's simply a blank shield, and it actually fits the knife and it'll sit there. So I got to put that one on. This is in really good condition. So we need to put that shield on and basically a quick shine and sharpen, and that's it. A very nice Camillus penknife, 2-blade, equal end penknife. Very cool. Delrin handles, jig bone, Delrin, whatever you want to call it. Nickel silver bolsters, your pins. Very nice. There's the brass liners in it. You can see it there. Just overall, a very nice little knife. Like this, a good add to my Camillus collection. The next one, yep. This one was surprising for me. Where are you going? Hey, what's wrong? You're not interested in any of the knives? Sometimes she actually, I think she likes the smell of these old knives. It's interesting. I'll have my cases where I keep them in, open and sorting through them. She goes and sits in each one and sniffs knives. A little concerning. Anywho, back to this guy. And here you can see it's one of those Riders of the Silver Screen type knives. Now, Camillus made a bunch. A lot of people made them. I think Colonial, Imperial, I want to say Hammer brand. I've got some. And this one, you can see right here, is the Red Rider. This is what I like to call a sleeveboard pattern style knife with the tip bolsters on it. Now, a sleeveboard doesn't normally have that, so Is it a sleeve board? Not really. It's a tip bolster, equal end. And it's one of those advertisers where it says Red Rider. And they made a lot. Camillus made a bunch. And I'll put up pictures here for you. They're not the same. They're regular knives. And they made a whole series on them. I looked and looked online to find one of these and couldn't find one, which surprised me, which actually makes me feel better because, hey, I've got one that's not so common, right? Now, this one, you can see, is just a single blade clip. You can see that. And you can see that it is that, here you can see the tank stamp, okay? Right there. I'll put it up here. And according to the tank stamp, you're looking at a 1981 to about 2007, in that range. Now, looking at all the ones I saw online, if you saw those pictures, you'd have to look really carefully at them. The tank stamps are the same. You can see it's the Camillus with the C encircling everything and just New York, USA underneath. And like I said, just a single blade clip on it. Interesting. It's just black on this side, and then it has the Red Rider picture in there. Very good condition. This just needs a good polish. Might have to clean up the well a little bit, but it's just a good polish and sharpen as well. So very cool. The tip bolsters. Nice to see all four on there. You don't see that too often with this style, but very cool. Another good addition, because I think I have some others. I'm not sure if they're Camillus. You know, like, you know, all the riders of the silver screen. Then I have this guy. Now, you can see it here, and right away you can see it's a camper, and it's a Boy Scout. Okay, you see the badge there. Very nice badge, hardly even worn away, still got all the detail on it. And the reason I say that is, here is the exact same one, okay? Same date, same tank stamp, same everything, and I will show you that. And we'll talk about how these came about and some ways to identify how old they are. Not necessarily just for these ones, because we have tank stamps, and that's about as accurate as you can get. But here are the two together. Okay. And you can see this one needs to be cleaned up. This one I cleaned up a while ago. The big difference between these two, look at the blades. Well worn. Been sharpened and whatever so much that it's not just a flat edge compared to the spear point. Can you see that? There's a huge difference, which is unfortunate on this one. It's in really good condition. I cleaned it up and everything. Everything else is exactly the same. The interesting thing is, if you look at the can openers on these two, they're exactly the same. Now, it's kind of hard to see. This is dirty, but you can see it there. Let me get it to focus for you. It's that two-piece, okay, which is an indicator that and on how to age it. It's really difficult to read what they say about it, but the different can openers is a good indicator if you have nothing else. The tank stamps on these two, exactly the same. Let's see if you can see them. They're exactly duplicate. I'll put the two pictures up here. And you can see they both short line. They're both exactly the same. And that is that short line tank stamp where the line underneath Camillus, which is capital letters, starts just after the A and ends just before the U on Camillus. Okay, and then it just says New York, USA underneath. That tank stamp dates it from 1946 to 1950. that smaller area. So very cool, and I have two. Unfortunately, this guy, the blade is a little worn out. This guy needs to be cleaned, and the blade is in reasonable condition. It's still got a bit of its belly, so I know it has been sharpened quite a lot, and typically you will see this a lot. I'm looking in the well here, and there's nothing to show why this is happening. And if you look at that blade, let me get that out of the way, the tip is actually sticking out above the handle. And the reason is the blade has been sharpened up here, and as you sharpen up here, this point drops further and further back, and because of the shape, it also raises the point on the blade. So when you close it now it's got to the point where the blade is above there. What do you do about that? Well, if you don't have a good blade, an easy way to fix that is to touch up on the ricasso there, this little bump just after the choil. Can you see it there? And you want to just touch that, check it, touch it, and it doesn't take a lot. You just want to get that point below there so nobody's going to get it poked by it, or when you put it in your pocket, whatever. So we need to do that and then clean this guy up. And if you look at the two badges, you'll see what I mean about detail. Look at this guy. It has a lot of detail on it. This guy, that detail is gone. You see that? So very cool that I found this one, and I paid apparently $25 for it, which for me is it's a little heavy, but it was in such good condition I had to get it. And I believe I got this at the knife show, the Knife Doctor in Faribault, I believe. And I think I odd and ummed over it for a while as to which knife I wanted to buy, because he had some, and my budget, it was one or the other, and I made that decision, and I'm glad I did, because I knew I did have one similar. I didn't realize it was an actual duplicate. So, what about these knives? Well, back in the day, right after the Second World War, things got a little slow for a lot of knife companies because they had a lot of military contracts. So what they did was they came out with the Boy Scout, and you always know that the official ones will actually have etched on the main blade official Boy Scout. Now I don't know if this one did. I suspect maybe not, because looking at these blades, I can't see anything to show that it would have. But here's the thing. These Boy Scouts were based on the military spec of the camper that they were producing for the military way back during the war. So these ones, like I said, were dated 46 to 50. Right after the war, these ones came out. And that short line, why people look for that so much is because of that short period. That 46 to 50, that's 4 years is all they had. You think it's a winner? I like it. Huh. No? You don't think so? I do. Yeah, she'll inspect knives that I bring in, and I don't think she saw that one. She's a little miffed. Huh. That's what you're looking at as far as where did they come from. Now, it wasn't just Camillus. There were a lot of companies that made them. Probably the more well-known, more popular were the Imperial, Ulster made them, Camillus, Remington. And the Remington is the sought-after one, obviously. So, very cool, very cool. The other way you can date them is, like I said, is on this guy, okay, the can opener. And you can see they talk about the different types of can openers. And they show this one and they say this is the original one that they first came out with, obviously, because of the date range. still based on the old military style, and there was no pattern number on it. The ones following this will have pattern numbers, and that's that big, what do they call it, the lobster one, and it was really big. And then later on they did things like sharpen the tip and things like that. And you can trace that through history. It's a way to date your knife. So you got a bad tang stamp you can't see, that's an indicator. Obviously the handle material. Now this is jigged Delrin, this handle. The first ones they came out with, there was a lot of bone and wood jigged. Very cool. So in this guy, it just goes back into my collection. I've already cleaned it up. And Mary's hogging, she won't let me take it. This is what I deal with every day. Give it to me. Hey. I'll give you the no, look here. It's not a toy. Knives are not toys. Me doing your job at all. Look there. You can play with that. I don't want to be reminded of the price. Things I do to keep her happy. After all, she is the boss. We have this guy. And this is the guy that I got at the show. And we got to clean up. We got to fix the blade. And just give it an overall good solid clean. I'm not going to be taking this apart. No way. There's nothing wrong with it. We can check it and make sure everything works fine. It might need a little adjustment so that the blades go in and the tools go in nice and straight. Pretty rusty. I might just dip it first, and while this sits for, I'm not going to leave it in there too long. Don't want to mess anything else up. And then we'll clean it up. We'll go through and do a full clean and sharpen, and while we dip it, we'll get the other ones taken care of. So, if the boss is done playing, maybe I can get on with that. So here we have the three ne'er-do-wells. This one I'm just going to open up and dip it. This one we'll just open and dip it right now. And while that sits there, we'll polish this guy up. And we're going to get that badge shield glued onto there and let it set properly and make sure it fits. And then we'll be just polishing and cleaning that up. And we'll do these two right now while that one takes a dip. Just going to open this guy up and dip him. I'm going to be using Evaporust. I like that. It's not as toxic as most. A little bit more environmentally friendly. Barely, but it is more. And I'm just going to sit this in here somehow. Like that. Evaporust. It's reusable for one. You can use it until it stops working. And I just want to make sure. Looks like I need new anyway. It's looking pretty nasty. Probably time to renew. Just let it sit in here and soak. And then in a couple of minutes, in like 15 minutes, I'll pull it out, rub it with this brush, just to get any loose stuff off so it can work all the way through. We'll let that sit for now. Because I know you drink out of this so much. I don't know why. Keen Canteen. Very cool. So first up, we want to put this onto here. And we want to make sure that it's going to line up nicely. It looks like it's a perfect fit. So first of all, what I want to do is just give it a quick rub. Just with some used 500 or 600. Just to get most of it cleaned up so we're not rubbing on the handle. I believe this is nickel silver, so there's that. It's a little bit cleaner. I went up to 1000. And now I just want to clean everything off here. Clean up inside of here. Just clean the edges. Make sure everything's clean. Just going to use a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. You're going to sit here, aren't you? Man, you're painful at times. Don't want to be around and then you want to be all over everything. Really? So now we need to just clean this guy up. Not going to need much, very clean already. Just want to make sure the well's clean. Give it a polish. And then it'll be ready to sharpen. Now I'm going to do this and a bunch of polishing and sanding. And while I'll do that, I'll provide you with some stimulating elevator music. Enjoy.
So here we are now with this guy. You can see the rust remover does a pretty good job. It also tends to patina the blades, but it gets all the rust off, and that's what we want. So now we need to clean it up, and that means piling up the sandpaper and getting on it. I'll start with about 500 to 600, then 1,000, probably 2,500, 10,000, and mothers. And then they'll all be ready to be sharpened. Here we're with 500 to 600. Now I will do 2,500, then 10,000, then mothers. I'll show you the end results a week. And here we are at 2,500. Starting to get a nice even shine, and hopefully the 10,000 will bring it out. And here we are, 10,000. Got a nice shine to it. Looking pretty good. Let's put some mothers on. So now we've got to fix this problem, and what we have to do is to file that off really slowly so that when it's in, it doesn't stick over there. So I'm going to touch it right now with a file and we'll check it. I don't want to go any more than that, and we've still got play.
Three more Camillus for my collection. I have a few, but I used to store them as Camillus. I had a separate bag just for Camillus. But then I thought, you know what? I need to store everything by knife style. Barlow, Trapper, Camper. All the different styles. Fish, Farmer, Stockman. So I've been slowly doing that. I need to buy some more storage cases because why? There's more knife styles than I have bags. So I've got to get some more of those. But we have these three to add, right? I got to say, I really like this knife. It's pretty much one of my favorite Camilluses that I have now. Beautiful little pen knife, equal end jack, plain, simple, nice little pocket carry. So there's that one. Of course, we've got wood, Riders of the big silver screen, right? Red Rider. This guy here. Cleaned up nice. Most of these were in really good condition. So this one goes in. What does this go in as? Single blade jack. I'm having real issues deciding what's what. And then, of course, this guy. And I really like this knife. The main thing is if you look at the budge, look at that. It's got all the detail on it. Versus this guy, which has been heavily used and it's all rubbed off. See there? You can't see anything on it. But you know what? They're both really nice knives. And of course, this guy got the short end of the stick. And this guy, not so much. So, very nice. I have a nice one here. There is some pitting and stuff on it, but you know what? It's an old knife, right? This one was in better condition, but the blade was really badly used. Can't seem to win, but there you go. I am slowly working through my projects. Trying to figure out a way to get more efficient at it. And I tried a different way this time, and let's see if it saves me any time. To be honest, it's all about the editing. I spend double the time editing than actually doing the project. What do? You all be safe out there. Especially when you're cleaning these guys and you sharpen them and you're polishing them and one slip and oops. Just saying. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. You can always join if you'd like to support the channel. Click on the join button below. Check it out, see if it's for you. If not, well, we're still friends, I promise. And you'll see all my videos. Thanks for watching. Always appreciated. And we'll see you again soon. Maybe ice fishing tomorrow.